you're not helping your case. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another scene set in the Chronicles of Darkness Vampire Requiem, a Requiem for London. Tonight, the various members of the Crone are gathering around Waltham Forest. Not the borough, the actual forest, which rests actually closer to the northeast side of the borough proper. And because, well, the person who's hosting the scene does not know how to intro a scene, that is all you're getting.
Savage.
Shots fired.
I mean, I don't know where to go from here. So, Ellie is there for some reason. Don't know why. She doesn't know what she's doing there, but she's there. Boom.
Oh man, yes, such good, so much well.
Right?
In that case, I guess we can just say that Isabel gathered Duncan anyway, for damn sure.
I mean, I've been here once or twice before.
You're all gathered around, like, it's called Pull Hill. There's a sort of small obelisk around sort of like the edge of a forested area.
Yeah, I've been here once or twice before with my sire, but this will be my first time on my own, although I'm not alone. I'm here with a lovely young woman who only occasionally flips out and tries to murder people.
It was one time. Once.
That's a hell of a first impression.
Honestly thought you were referencing Alley Cat there.
But we're here to, meet up and connect with any other crone, and I guess Alley Cat is here because this is where she's encountered crone before too.
I would also like to point out that Isabel is significantly less wounded than she was the last time Duncan saw her.
This is good. Still a little dinged up, though.
Yep, still a little.
I mean, I'm fine and in the flush of health, so if you do need any more, you just let me know. It's one of the things I'm here for, is to make sure everyone's topped up and ready to fine shape.
I'll be good for now.
Speaking of fine shapes, who's that over there? And he's gonna look towards Alley Cat.
Hi. She says as there's people looking at her.
There's quite a few Crone here.
Yeah, Ellie's just gonna light up a cigarette because she's feeling awkward enough. Oh, there's a bunny in her coat, kind of peeking its head out.
Keelan.
Duncan will head over and pull out his own pack of cigarettes to see if he can get a light off of yours.
Yep. She'll use the lighter that he offers, and it's like, yeah. Thanks. Hi. I'm sort of new here.
Ditto.
Sort of, kinda.
Only recently
Okay.
arrived in London.
Cool. Hi. I'm Ellie. I'm Alley Cat.
Nice to meet you. Duncan Halleck. My sire used to call me Shield. You can call me that if you don't like Duncan Halleck. But
Why would I not like? Huh?
I don't know. It's supposed to be an icebreaker, but it didn't work too well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can call me Allie. And this is Pitbull.
Ah, clearly a vicious individual.
Pitbull looks at you with eyes of rage.
Eyes of rage.
Rabbit rage.
Unadulterated ferocity.
The vampire bunny.
Oh my god.
He'll have your throat out. Yeah, I only know one other in this place. I was impressed that the Harpy was able to find me so quickly, but at least it allowed me to find this lovely lady. Have you two met?
Isabel waves hello again.
Hey, sup?
Man, not much, not dying anymore.
A vast improvement.
Oh, it's an extreme improvement.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry about almost dying.
why are you apologizing?
Well, it's she was helping out. Oh God, this is complicated. She was helping out the Carthians, and I just I was a Carthian not too long ago, so you know. So it's kind of partially my mess that she was almost dying in, which
She mentioned. You had a change of heart after the unfortunate events of that?
Sure, let's go with that. Yeah. The way I see it, things are kind of messed up no matter where you end up, so.
I mean, you do what you have to get by day by day.
Night by night, are you being awkward again, Allie?
Oh, hey, Ocean. I mean, a little awkward.
First meetings always can be. I don't mind.
So, Duncan, is Isabel, right? This
Yep.
is Ocean. She's my girlfriend.
Hello.
There's a bright smile on her face. She's just
I
relatively casually.
see you've already started experiencing the benefits of the sisterhood, as it were. Lovely to
She's
meet you.
been benefiting from the sisterhood for longer than she's been a sister, you know, we.
Ellie is gonna, pull up her hoodie a bit further. It's like awkward.
It's a wink and a smirk, yeah.
Funny. Yeah.
It's good to know that she brags about me.
So, Ali, if you're, very new, this means, you haven't been consecrated and gone through the, 7 sacred trials and the, there's, running around naked while they whip you with a holly branch and all that sort of goodness. There's kind of a
What now?
wry smile. There's kind of a wry smile on Duncan's face.
Duncan, are you okay? Like, did somebody hurt you? Blink twice if you're in trouble.
I'm just fucking with you, Ali. There are rites and rituals, but no one's gonna make you do something.
Don't
You're
give us ideas.
you've been given the embrace after all. You're not a wannabe ghoul, desperate to please, who really should have seen the collar coming. But then again, that's enough about how fucked up my sire is.
I mean, my sire literally just forced me to kill a man, so I don't.
Ocean looks at you as in the way that most people look at murderers now. Sort of with a degree of, what the fuck? Look.
No, that's valid.
Okay, you win. I didn't realize it was a competition, but okay.
No, I just thought we were comparing sires.
Oh, I'm glad I don't place. That's fucked up.
I mean, yeah, a little.
No, it's not a little fucked up.
I mean, was it, fighting against him, a fighting chance, or, was it literally just like, sacrificial lamb tied up, nothing doing, and he was making you do it?
Oh, I mean, he was already in torpor, and I was just gonna leave him there. But Hartwell had other plans.
Ellie is just kind of gonna mumble, blink twice if you're in trouble.
She just blinks once.
He sounds like a dick.
Well, I mean, he can be to other people, but...
But, he loves you so much that he forced you to kill somebody.
I was going to say, but he did make you kill a guy, which is the surest sign of affection and love there is in the world, isn't there?
Not even that. He made you kill one of us. Not even one of the kind.
Are you still blood bonded to him, or are you blood bonded to him?
No.
To be fair, the answer to that question in both scenarios is no. If you're
They're a
picking
hell
up
of a
what I'm
thing.
putting down. Sorry, go ahead.
They are indeed a hell of a thing. My own is still fading. But
Yeah.
for all her faults, the Pendragon had some interesting ideas.
I mean,
Oh, what were those? Who's Pendragon? Wait, I've heard of Pendragon before. Which one? Very few Pendragons in history and in ours.
I think it's a self-given title.
Oh, like that one guy who thinks he's King Arthur. I read up about him once on Wikipedia. He was quite funny.
I mean, families are usually just kind of fucked up.
I mean, not mine. Why am I? Is it me who's the weird one? Am I the odd one out here?
I think you might be.
I'm seen to be the only person who doesn't hate their sire with some sort of burning resentment.
Oh no, I don't hate my sire at all.
Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, I guess 2 for 4, right?
I mean, I don't hate Hartwell.
Yes, but to be fair, dear, you should.
I mean, I haven't met him and I hate him already.
He's kind of a dick, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, you heard it here first, Isabel. Unanimous verdict.
I don't know him very well, but he seems kind of a dick.
3 strikes and you're out.
He's already being hunted by one group. I don't think he needs to be hunted by another.
Wait, who's hunting him and why?
Isabel shrugs. She's like, something war crimes. I think. The less I know, the better for me, so I don't ask questions.
Well, I mean, unless you're caught up in family problems, that's
Truly a healthy relationship. But then, I can't talk. My sire used to stab sharpened poles through me in order to toughen me up.
So, how do you guys like London and this grown people in London?
A hooded woman will come out of the shadows to join the group. She looks as she does in her revelation. She looks woefully out of place, and her clothing looks, well, it looks normal in the sense that it's what a human could wear. It just doesn't look like what a human should wear. Front of the hood is has some interesting embroidery, but it looks pretty tattered.
I'll give them a deep bow as they approach.
We should always be asking questions of our betters.
But sometimes it's easier to not ask questions.
It's not about what's easier. If you wanted easy, you could join the tower and the Unconquered.
And you are?
I am Nanette, what the cultist said. She smiles at the unintentional, or potentially intentional line.
Isabel will scramble to copy that bow that Duncan made now.
Oh, hell no.
And questions like, why did he make you kill? And what was the purpose of it? Why is he hunted and who hunts him? What mad science does he perform behind closed doors? And why should we hide him? Perhaps it would be better for him if we were to let him go and see what happens when the wolves catch up to him.
I'm all for protecting acolytes first, but if he is established in the city and is as desperate as he appears, he could offer much for our protection.
He's already got the followers of Set's protection for now.
Nanette looks at you with, it's almost as if to silently ask the question, does he?
Isabel's second guessing that currently.
This makes her smile.
Well, yes, but what could he give for it not to be removed?
Are you asking me to try and blackmail my sire?
I mean, why do we...
Why?
Well,
What a terrible thought. No, we'd never ask the thing. We'd never ask such a thing of you. She smiles at you.
I didn't think you would, she points at Nanette, but then she points at Duncan. However, I don't think he's got the same mindset.
And yet, no one has asked you that question but yourself.
I mean, it's not our fault if you come to these conclusions of your own self.
Ellie just lights up a second cigarette.
Still, maybe enough about your sire. He ain't here, and this is not his place. This is a place for those of the Crones.
A nice round circle we are.
Mhm.
It has been a while since I felt like I've belonged. Those that came before bred far too much stagnancy for my taste. And quite a foul taste it was. How Magladine stomached it, I do not know.
So you're a woman of action and change.
Change, yes. Action, I suppose it depends on the action.
Careful. You're beginning to sound like a Carthian, and apparently it's not too friendly for them nowadays.
There's nothing wrong with being a Carthian or questioning
Oh, I'm
things.
not saying there is. I'm just saying that the weather ain't nice for them out in the London at the moment.
So,
though my sire has rather more orderly leanings. She's been doing some work with, well, revitalizing the Legion of the Green.
That is a very old name.
Mm,
It just says... sort of-
she likes it.
Yes, but she should be careful with what name she invokes. Not all of them are so benevolent to our cause.
Mm.
Or rather yours.
That said, she likes it and conjures up certain Arthurian ideals that she wants to encourage.
Yes, you sort of hear a hissing sound come out of her sleeve as the snake just sort of makes its way around her arm and just sort of slithers around her collar. She actually seems to be able to understand it.
Almost like it's kind of whispering in her ear kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ali is just going to keep Pitbull away from the snake.
Oh, the snake definitely notices Pitbull.
Isabel's watching the snake curiously.
It briefly locks eyes with Pitbull as Pitbull just sort of scrambles back into Alicat's pocket. The snake, the way the snake hisses when it does is almost as if it's laughing.
Oh, Ellie's, Ellie's upper lip kind of quivers for a moment.
Arthur, I was never around long enough to know them, but I've always equated them to the Western reflection of my sect's own mirror. Sadly, we find ourselves defending the same things. Although they are the cultivator of our antithesis, so they shall do for now.
I don't know enough about your particular sect to comment.
How to say? We are simply one side of a coin, which means naturally there must be an opposite side. The cult of Set needs its opposites if it is to thrive. The ones that once took this place, well, they are no more. And have not been for, well, since recorded time.
And what of you two, Ali and Isabel? Are you also of said, or are you of another sect, or are you not so much mystically inclined, and it's more the question of family and philosophy?
I'm a follower of Set.
Interesting. And it's because you are that they offer something to your sire?
No, my grandsire, my sire, and myself were all followers of Set.
It would do well of some of you to show it.
Isabel just looks embarrassed and kind of looks down at her feet.
It's fine. Just get, snake necklace, maybe snake tattoo.
Not all of us engage in the most ancient of paths. Although I am admittedly one of them. That said, dear Isabel, the flower crown, perhaps useful as a deception, but not much else.
I don't know. I think it really sets out the color of her eyes.
Nanette looks questioningly at you as her eyes turn pitch black.
I don't think you should question her, Duncan.
Oh no, feel free to question. That is the first step, after all. It is one of many gates we must cross. But aesthetically, black doesn't go well with pink. She smiles. Her eyes just turn back to normal.
Nanette, what would your reaction be if I told you that my sire wanted to lead the followers of Set?
Why
Duncan,
free to do so, and we are free to react however we wish.
Duncan kind of sidles a little bit closer to Ali, trying to stay out of the family drama as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Snow falls upon the mountain as a village is wiped out at its base. A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil. The city is beaten down by a hurricane in Florida. These are the metaphors that are most often affiliated with our sect. I would hope that your sire, wise as he is, knows how to avoid the storms that follow from the consequences of his own actions. But of course, this is all supposition. Or based on supposition.
Of course.
Of course. Why, what reason would he have to leave? He has done such good work for us. Although what he creates tend to be rather direct. He lacks tact.
Oh no, I didn't say leave. I said lead.
Lead. Oh. Well, then it appears I have misheard you. And yet my answer remains the same. After all, who do you think leads the cult of Set, dear Isabel?
I'm under the assumption of not one true leader currently, but you can absolutely prove me wrong.
I
Partially
think
true.
the answer is Set.
This is also true. There are a lot of correct answers to this question. Do you think your answer is correct?
Partially correct, maybe?
Constantine will be leaving with the main soon. His work is soon to be done.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of okay with that and kind of not at the same time. As long as he's not breathing over my shoulder, I'm fine.
But how will you ever know if he is or isn't?
That's the scary part.
Hey, Isabel, I have some questions to ask you.
Oh no!
So, can I ask Isabel? I'm going to ask Isabel a few questions in the chat.
Okay.
Where are you in my chat? How dare you abandon me? There you are.
Angry typing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh boy, that's so much noise.
So, Ali, do you have a place to stay now? Or things a bit up in the air for you?
Huh, that's actually an interesting question. I have my own place, but I might need to leave that behind. Why?
Just wondered. I'm kind of hopping between different Crone properties myself. I wanted to try and find a place where I could hang my hat, as it were.
Yeah. No, I have a
didn't-
home, but it's in Carthian territory, so.
Right. Well, I came here on my own this time to kind of evaluate things. My sire wanted me to stand on my own 2 feet, so I'm not able to use any of the safe houses she's got going on here. Although in the right places, her name still gives me a bit of credit. But
Oh
I
yeah.
probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't rely on that too much.
Duncan and Alley Cat, roll me wits plus blood potency, please.
Wits plus blood potency. Let me see. That should be 4. Yeah. My computer is being slow. I'm gonna use my. Oh wait, there we are. No, my computer does not like using Discord while using StreamYard, so I'm gonna do it on my phone. I've got 1 success. Oh, does trained observer? No, of course, trained observer doesn't work on that.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Okay, so if you got a success, you feel a very slim connection through the blood. You recognize not only each other as gangrel, but also as of your particular bloodline. Ta-da! You also recognize the woman approaching as of your particular bloodline, Duncan.
Interesting.
A dark-skinned woman with frazzled hair, striped white shirt, and a blue jacket and jeans.
Well, Isabel will wave happily.
Ali's gonna light up another cigarette.
I think that might just be Ali's response to everything.
Yup.
It's her coping mechanism.
Chain smoking, the ultimate in stress relief.
Oh God, it's all gone wrong. Quick, more cancer sticks.
Cancer stick. Oh no.
Well then.
Oh no, they're literal death sticks.
Yeah.
Eventually someone's going to approach Alley Cat and just dominate her to rethink her life.
I mean, it doesn't do fuck all to a kindred.
Thank you.
That's true.
I was about to point that out. It's like
It's just like when you use the blood for life, you just start hacking up and coughing for no reason. Blah. But no. Sadie approaches Duncan. You recognize her as of your bloodline. So she is distant family. She isn't close enough to be of your bloodline or of a close branch. Maybe a branch, maybe a neighboring branch, but just too far down the line, or maybe just the far end entirely. But can't be that far removed, given that you both come from the same country. But yeah, no. Sadie waves at Isabel, and it looks somewhat mixed when she notices Alley Cat.
Hello,
Hey.
sister.
Hey. She narrows her eyes, like as if questioning something. Brother?
More like third cousins, 5 times removed, stepsisters, and on your mother's side.
Brother's way fucking simple. I'm just gonna call you that.
Fair enough.
She also waves at Ocean. You just exchange like pleasantries. Hey Isabel, you holding up okay?
Oh yeah, I'm good. How are you holding up after the last time I saw you?
I'm better.
That's good.
I've been putting my talents to good use, and my so it's been teaching me the more militant aspects of the circle. It's been interesting, but I think I'm going to stick to my own way of doing things.
Isabel nods. Yeah, that sounds like a really good way to go about it.
She's not really well. I'm not really built for well, guarding temples and Hatha gatherings around the woods anyway.
Funnily enough, that is exactly what I was crafted into.
That's interesting. My coterie mate might will probably want to throw down with you sometime if that's the case.
I mean, I'm at their convenience.
She likes a good fight, Dava and all. Can't stay here too long though. Well, Hounslow's a mess as it is, and well, I'm needed there.
Hounslow?
You haven't heard?
Very new.
Well, me and my coterie is basically anything keeping Hounslow out of the hands of the fucking unconquered, so I can't really be here too long.
I mean, if you ever need an extra pair of hands, I'm sure Isabella will be happy to help.
Why are you? The last time I had to help Sadie, I set her on fire.
I didn't know that, and I'm sorry for that joke bringing up that.
It was an accident, and one I deeply regret. But it was the only way.
How's Alika react to that?
Well, you know, staring at the ground intensifies. She's trying very hard to be invisible, so let her be invisible.
I'm just a random stranger. I'm just a simple woman trying to make her way in the world with a cigarette.
Yeah, no, she's pretending very hard that this is like you know, that she's not there.
I love the notion that every time Ali gets like stressed out, like she just adds another cigarette in, so that like, by the end of the encounter, there's just like 6 cigarettes in there.
I mean, that would make her stand out. So no.
Well, Sadie looks rather concerned at Alika.
I mean, if she's actually looking, Allie will just be like, "Oh, hi, Sadie."
There's a issue here, sisters.
No.
No, it's just things happened.
Well, hopefully we can move past that with focus more on the things that make us similar than whatever other issues there are.
Yeah. Been meaning to catch up with you, Ali. Kind of inconvenient that I run into you here, but it's whatever.
Oh, I didn't want to inconvenience. I didn't want to inconvenience you.
Oh no, it's not you. It's the situation.
Yeah, no, whatever. It's cool.
I just
No, I have to check out my bike. I think I didn't lock it. Left my
it's
keys
we can just talk while you're back
I'll
if you
talk to
like.
you later. Sure.
Cool then. Sadie's gonna wander off with Ali to her bike, probably all the way down the hill.
Yeah, Ellie is following.
Yeah. If she briefly considers following, but thinks better of it. I just wanted to say sorry about everything that happened.
I mean, you don't have to say sorry. It's my fault. I fucked up.
I agree to it.
That doesn't matter. I fucked up again. Look, it's okay if you hate me or anything. It's like
I don't hate you. Please stop saying that.
look. I saw how you looked. It's what it is.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
To not think about.
I know it's really
But
hard.
I don't hate you, and I'm gonna try and get back to how things were.
It's just you're not the only one for whom it was hard. Like, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, cool.
We can meet later if that's.
No.
Okay.
No, you just you do you and I'll do me, and
I mean,
you know.
I'm being me, and I'm asking you.
Sure. If you want to meet later, that's cool. Or if you want to talk now, it's cool as well.
Well,
I tried to fight it, you know.
I know. It was hard for you as well. But this is your night. I don't want to mess it up like this. So
This
we'll
is not
talk
my
later.
fucking night. This is not my fucking night. Okay, I'm here doing what everybody wants me to do, and that's it.
Morgan was going to introduce you tonight.
Then don't leave.
I know. I'll stay. I just just don't want to dampen your moment.
At least you had Mirth to help you. Wasn't
You know,
really able to talk to anyone about it. It sucked.
I can talk to you if you like.
I don't want to talk to her. I don't trust her one bit. Like, she likes you. She doesn't like me. I'm just a tool. It's always been about you, and that's fine. I don't want it to be about me, but it would have been nice to have someone to talk to about this, about what happened there.
I'm sorry.
It's what it is.
I'll stay, but I'll get out of your hair for the moment. So I think
You don't need to. Fuck.
I know,
Sure.
but Ocean's not gonna stop clinging to you regardless, and it's gonna be fucking annoying. So
Why is it annoying?
well, it's kind of hard to have a a sensitive conversation with when Ocean's stuck to you like I'm trying to think of a metaphor here.
She's not here now. You could have always called me. At least she was there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you weren't, because I know that the shit just was what it was, and I'm not blaming you for not being there. But she was the only one that I could sort of, talk to.
Well, I get it. Yeah, well, I guess, I don't know, we can head back up or something.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Cool.
She'll place a hand very reticently on your arm, as if it's like a very uncomfortable thing for her to do, which, given that you know
Oh, yeah.
Sadie quite well, is like usually the complete opposite of her. Like, that's sort of like, she's like normally quite happy like punching people on the arm, or just like wrapping an arm around them is a very casual thing. Like, wouldn't say she's not necessarily touchy-feely, but she, it's sort of casually intimate gestures and are not like difficult for her normally.
Yeah, Ellie's just gotta, kind of sidestep that.
Wow.
But it's a gesture, like an overture that she's making towards Ellie.
Yeah, pretty much. But I suppose if Alley Cat just wants to spit on it, that's fine too.
No, it's not that. It's that she's not that touchy thing, and like the situation it's an awkward situation. The hand gesture is nice, but it's only adding to the awkwardness.
Mm-hmm. Spit on her. You spit on her house.
Oh,
you spit on her
fuck
dog.
off!
Look at Alley Cat being a mean booloo.
I'm gonna punch you, Chris. I'll fly over there and punch you. No, I mean, if Sadie really wants to do that, then sure, but
just fucking with you.
I mean, I live very close to Southampton. You could always commission me.
Sure, punch him.
Commission. All right.
Let's go to the fucking railway station and punch him.
Sadie will head back up with you, and I'll have you know. I don't. There's nothing for me to let you know. I didn't have a line there.
you just had to say something.
I'll have you know that I'm completely impotent.
Aww,
So heading back up, I am just a sad Wooloo.
You know what? Allie will
But,
gesture. Will hand her Sadie a cigarette. There you go. How's that for peace offering?
It is a worthy peace offering. But yeah, they'll have a soak and then they'll head back up. in the meantime, and in the group of kindred, someone walks up to the group. Sort of walks through the group of kindred, but walks up to you, Lord, in particular. Isabel's like, Ree.
Yeah, but Isabel's also not stupid, and she's gonna go ahead and incline her head.
And her, I thought she was gonna squawk like a bird.
No, that's saved for when she's caught off guard.
Well, Duncan, the woman who walks up to you is, she's a fairly average height, so quite a bit shorter than you. Pale blonde hair, very pale skin, like alabaster pale. Her eyes are a sickly yellow. And quite blatant as well. Like, it's not subtle. Her hair is tied back.
Is that picture kind of like an accurate depiction of how she carries herself?
Oh, yes. She carries herself like she's literally above everything around her. She comes across as very, very authoritative.
Okay. Picking up on those cues and following Isabel, because, like, he's not entirely blind to how social things work. Even if he's not always the best at expressing himself, he will bow along with Isabel.
You can actually roll me intelligence politics if you like to recognize this person.
I mean, that's gonna go wrong, but okay.
If you don't have any dice in politics, then
Oh no, I do.
excellent. Otherwise, I was going to be like, roll no dice.
I am broadly competent in the mental stuff, but I think the only mental skills I don't have a dot in is science.
So on a scale of 1 to 5.
I use that all the time now, ever since that.
I just use it for the meme. It's become a meme.
It has become a meme. Thank God for Mage.
What has become a meme?
On a scale of 1 to 5, how good are you at politics?
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, I am a 1 at politics, so. It did, however, get a success. A single solitary success.
Yes, you recognize this person as a recently awoken venture elder called Morgan. She has largely taken control of the weighing kin within the building.
Lady Morgan, pleasure to see you.
She looks at you and smiles, almost as if she were to know that you lie.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Relishes in your inability to state the truth.
Listen, some attempt has to be made.
Lip service, if nothing else.
Yeah, she seems
I can roll for it if you want.
Enjoy the lip service. It's fine.
Lady Morgan, lovely to see you again. It's as if LaFay walks among us.
Perhaps she does.
Perhaps indeed.
Blessings to you on this night, Master Halleck. I have received word from your sire.
I am to step out on my own and make my own way. She's got a new ghoul that she's shaping into a guardian now. Her attention has been diverted elsewhere.
Wow. You have been blessed by her divine interdiction. She would have no need to teach you anymore.
She has taught me much in the ways of warfare, but I am only just now starting to learn for myself the art of social warfare, my lady.
It is the way in which we most often fight. Fists, blades, and bullets. And she says that word with the hesitation that I say, as if the concept is unfamiliar to her.
Like she's having to dredge up the word from like half remembered almost.
Yeah, it's almost like she has some. Yeah, it's the way in which she's. It's almost like she has some vague disdain for it, but you're unsure if it's just because she's unfamiliar or just because she has some sort of odd grudge against modernity. Fists, blades, and bullets are often nothing more than the acknowledgement of an already decided battle. The conclusion to a larger fight. Alley Cat and Sadie here would know of what I speak.
As they're coming back up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't necessarily hear that. She just sort of like looks towards them and nods at them as they approach.
And yet, many will debate long after a physical war has been ended about who was the victor.
I have seen this.
Memory is the true battle.
Yes, I've seen this war waged across the ages and through the mists of my long sleep. As I said, it was decided well before the first blows were struck. Carried by the manipulations of those far older than yourself.
And yet, physical battle is still an inevitability, as Isabel can attest to.
And so we have need of mighty guardians such as yourselves. Our first and last hope.
Or so my sire claims.
So it is true.
Physical battles aren't fun. I didn't like it.
She sort of turns to you as if she had sort of sort of that look of did I just hear something? What? And then just like feel, oh, it's like, you know, it's that sort of like, oh, so it's like you were speaking to me. That sort of like that sort of like confusion and then surprise, and oh, this person is here, right? Yeah, there's something here.
Did mine ears trick me, or did
Pretty
that
much.
stump just talk?
It's pretty much like the trees. Oh wait, no, the trees aren't saying anything. It's just this random flower girl. No, so
Now-
she looks at you with surprise as if you were never there.
Now, Isabel,
Hmm?
don't worry too much. They're much more fun when you're behind a ballistic shield and can fire out with impunity.
I'm sure they are. I will take your word for it.
Well, I wouldn't know. I was often too busy being
Oh.
the ballistic shield.
Oh, yeah, no, that's I guess that's fair.
Nevertheless, guardians can also be useful in the moments when tempers flare as a result of social warfare. I'm sure that we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you were anyone's tempers to flare up at your sharp cuts from your tongue, Lady
No.
Morgan.
Dear Isabel is now an honoured member of our circle. And devoted servants of the great Serpent King, as I'm sure.
Indeed, I am.
As I'm sure Priest Nanette will attest to.
And truly fearsome in strength from what I've seen so far. Nearly a match for the sheriff himself.
Isabel kind of makes that little, like, stop talking motion across her throat, just like, stop it, shut up, stop it.
Hmm. Then perhaps I have underestimated you, Miss Isabel.
I will. Isabel's like sitting there, like anxiously, kind of like tapping her fingers together, trying to find a way to explain this where it doesn't sound as bad.
Sorry.
I just kind of lost control of myself. I wouldn't say I was a match for the sheriff at all.
No, she is most fearsome when angered and a true asset to the Crone, Lady Morgan.
Nanette simply rises from her semi-bow to Morgan and simply responds. Then perhaps I shall have to devise an appropriate tribulation for her. But if she shares the talents of her sire, then nothing else will suffice. I like to think of that sound in the background as just a beat dropping.
I'm sure whatever you come up with will be very Yeah, she just stops talking. She just kind of shuts up and looks down at her feet again.
So mild for one declared so bold.
But my lady, she is not angered, and therefore not fearsome. She is hiding.
Anger and rebellion go hand in hand.
My lady, are there any rites that are being cast this evening?
Why do you ask?
Intrigued is all.
None.
Often when we gathered back in the Enclave, one was cast using one or more acolytes' blood as a way to bind us together.
There is a binding to be made this night, Morgan simply says. And as Morgan says that, she narrows her eyes, sort of just at empty space in general, as she just hisses the words kindred. And it sort of just carries across the wind, like it's much, like it's very clear, like it can be, like it's much louder than she makes it sound. But every crone within the on the hill hears it and sort of gathers vaguely around the group. Morgan will head over to Alley Cat.
She's not doing any of the bows and scrapes.
So, Morgan walks up to you, and the crowd sort of shifts around Morgan almost. People can actually roll with socialize to sort of get a grasp on how the sort of crowd views Morgan.
Yeah, people could.
Oh dear.
I mean, what is it in socialize?
Wits and socialize.
Oh,
So
here
there's
I
awareness.
go, rolling a single dice again.
I believe.
I suck. I don't care.
I got a single success.
Okay.
That's about much more than me.
Yeah.
You get the sense that the crowd has a mixture of
Ooh, 1 second.
mixture of fear and respect. But also a semblance of uncertainty surrounds her. Well, Morgan has only recently reawoken. She hasn't been around for that long, so most kindred don't really know her that well, other than that she is very old and clearly very powerful and is clearly of a crone, or at least understands their faith. She seemed to know of all of them. with a strong, if not immaculate, understanding. So, yes, fear, respect, but a measure of uncertainty, a sort of wild card factor. Tonight, we welcome yet another of this domain into the fold of sacred blood. And great strength. It is a welcome sight to see you return to whence you've always belonged. She gestures, well, she looks like she goes to make a gesture, but then you see her cut her wrist, her right hand's wrist with her fangs as they extend. As the blood begins to shift and move in a very unnatural way as it sort of begins to drip from her arm and onto the grass around Alley Cat as a rite is clearly being cast.
Amazing. Is Sadie still next to Allie?
Yes.
Okay. Allie's hand just kind of grabs Sadie by the wrist, squeezes. Like she doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't like that's not knowing what's happening.
She bites her other wrist. And the same thing happens. As she simply says, "Tonight walk the path pure and true, and may the night's love come unto you. Look ahead, not behind, and see tomorrow night's bonds in the corners of your minds. See your purpose strong and bold, and take these blessings for each one you now hold. Dream of blood and crows tonight, for you wake tomorrow in the blessed moonlight." And then she says something in a very old Gaelic tongue. I don't believe anybody has the language merit for it.
Nope.
Those of you of academics, I will say, can identify the general language. You're not sure what form of Gaelic it may be, what dialect per se, but you know that's what it is. And much like her call to the Crones, so do these Celtic words echo. Throughout the hillside. As wherever the blood has dripped, it has formed something of a circle around you. not coherent. It's rather that the blood has just dripped in different places around you. So does she dance around you for a full 10 seconds, uttering these words of this strange chant, before coming right back to where she started. And then she shivers and almost looks as if she were exhausted, almost as if she were to collapse, but does not, and stands completely firm. And Alley Cat, you feel a fire in you that you have not felt before. Everybody sees that Alley Cat's appearance sharpens. Blemishes upon her body and her skin fade. She looks more flush with life. Her hair is brighter and slightly longer, and it has this sort of wild beauty to it. The Alley Cat looks almost like a picture-perfect Amazon in some ways, as if she had just been brought into the modern era. Alley Cat, you gain 3 points of presence and 3 points of manipulation up until your next scene.
Yikes.
So you will have these. Also, actually, better yet, I'll say you have it up until Elysium because that is more fitting. But yes, everything about Alley Cat is more beatific, more amorous, more admirable, and also more desirable. She just looks better. She looks like Alley Cat plus. Welcome, dear child of the Morrigan, to your home.
The urge to light up another cigarette is so real.
Yeah, I will say Alley Cat, this does not feel in any way, it might feel strange, but it doesn't feel bad. Like when I say fire in your chest, it doesn't feel like you're burning, it's almost like you're more full of passion and energy.
It's empowering. You're full
Yeah,
of go girl energy.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
yes, but
much.
it's like okay, you know, the Alley Cat is kind of that person that kind of wants to stay in the shadows most of the time. Like, you know, people don't need to know that she exists. And this is, and now it's like, oh look, there's like a limelight on you wherever you go. This is like, how is this not bad?
Such a cynic.
Yes. But she'll nod, says, thanks. Yeah. So what do I do now?
So eager to be led, I see.
I know my place. She actually looks kind of angry at that.
Yeah, she's good at those particular comments.
We're all called to various corners of the night. I will call upon you when it is your time.
Ellie is fighting back the urge to say whenever you need the next person killed, right? She's not saying that, she's thinking that. But she'll just nod, says, all right, sure.
Your response seems to amuse Morgan. For now, simply bask in the companionship of your new family.
She looks at Sadie and then looks like, through the crowds, people that she knows, so Ocean. She's actually looking to see if Mirth is there.
Mirth is here.
Of course.
What makes you think she wouldn't be?
I
Mirth is carrying a large spear. It looks fairly ornate.
remember that spear.
Mm.
But yeah, no, she's just looking at everybody and then kind of shrugs and steps back a little. Amazing. Hey, actually, did Pitbull also get +3 on presence and such?
Yes! Yes!
He was in Ellie's pocket.
Unfortunately, that is not how the ritual works.
Aww. Just considering
But
having
I
the
will
most
say
shiny
he
rabbit
has
ever.
I will say he has a shinier coat.
Aww.
His fur is somewhat shinier now. But yes.
You're like the Morrigan herself, you are.
Morgan smiles. I would not be here if I was not. But we have much work to do. This domain lies in disarray. Our sect lies diminished after centuries of oppression and failed leadership. At Elysium, I intend to right this. We will be brought back to the place upon the throne that we rightfully deserve.
So the rumors are true then. You intend on taking the throne.
One way or another. Before the crown was known as the Crone, we ruled this domain. We ruled this whole land as if it were our own. It was ours. Our power bred between the sacred pacts, between those of the hedge and the shadow and darker places. Bonds that have since eroded or been broken. She looks at that as if this is like something she holds everybody around her accountable for. This is something that angers her quite clearly.
Ellie doesn't feel accountable in the slightest.
Oh, too bad. She's holding you accountable.
I don't care.
You will when she takes away those present stats and gives you -3.
Oof.
I mean,
So you mean that
this-
she's going to, like, instead of giving presents, she's going to be like the Grinch and take presents away?
God
she is-
damn it.
She's the ghost of Christmas future, just being all miserable and shit.
Mm.
Just giving you like basically the equivalent of a Nosferatu Bane.
That's one
but
does.
she says after a stark silence, but some still hold strong. And the foundation that we have built over centuries past will and shall still hold in our favor. For it has never been the kindred alone that have ruled the night, as I'm sure many of you have seen. And just as before, it is upon the weight of them and our untold sorceries that we shall once again rise to prominence. So I say, stand with me as you stand beside all your brothers and sisters amongst the Crone. As you all come to stand beside foes of places even of darker origin than we, and we shall reclaim this domain. Duncan, because of your bloodline and your knowledge of the Legion of the Green, you know that Morgan is not lying. This is actually true. Pretty much everything she stated was completely true.
Like, Arthurian sects and such basically ruled over most of Britain.
Yes. The Legion of the Green was a part of that whole web of treaties and dealings and pacts.
It was primarily like Invictus and Crone, wasn't it? Kind of working together to provide a power structure.
Invictus and Crone, who had formed oaths and deals between largely those of the Fae, but also other entities.
Mm.
But it was the Fae that were the most prominent in these deals, so much so that they divided their courts up between each other.
Oh, well, Seelie and Unseelie.
No, Fae would rule over some domains and Kindred would rule over others.
Oh, right, okay.
But they would hold special guest rights, one could say, if they had business in other domains. The Wayne Ken, in particular, has this long history of dealing with creatures of the unknown for a very, very long time. Since longer than anybody can actually remember, really. It's timeless, quite literally.
Mm.
So you know her promise is not based in falsehoods, or her promises are not based on falsehoods. As for everybody else, is she saying you're going to have to talk with werewolves? Because you've heard bad things about those things, and half of you don't know what they are. Alley Cat, what the fuck is a werewolf other than something that eats you?
I mean, what do you mean, other creatures? Is she talking about the owls? That's Ellie's hat.
I
That's the only other supernatural
mean,
she knows.
all I can say is that she has the yellow eyes.
I mean, the Strix have been known to perform Cruac quite well.
Yes. Actually, in regards to that, everybody can, well, not everybody, but Duncan can roll me intelligence occult -4 because this is really far back in the past. I'm tempted to make it -5, but I'll say -4.
Okay. So what you're saying is I roll a chance die.
I'm going to give you a hint here and spend a willpower.
That gives me 3 dice, doesn't it?
It does.
Puts the odds quite firmly in your favor. I don't know how many dice you're losing. Let's see. How much dice do you have naturally on this? So you have...
Naturally, I think I have 3 on this.
Okay, so you get 2 dice total because you're sitting at basically the equivalent of -1 plus 3. So yeah, you have
Okay,
2
so
dice.
it doesn't just go 0 out and then go to 3 with willpower. Okay.
Yeah, I do count like the turnover from your negatives. Because if you're so bad at something, you can be so bad at something no matter how hard you try, you're just going to be bad at it. But
No,
such instances are quite rare.
That does make sense. Yeah, I kind of spread myself fairly thin to be like fairly well rounded as a new character coming in.
That's a good plan. But
Also,
yeah, just roll the 2 dice.
I'll roll a 2 now. Yeah.
Oh wow! You
Hot
actually
damn!
got 2 successes, my boy. Okay, so
I think that's more. Oh no, that 7 doesn't count.
you've heard of predecessor cults to the Crone that have had dealings with the Owls, but they've never been favored among the Crone in the sense that the Crone has rejected them. And they've generally been short-lived.
So almost like they've been tried to be like expunged from the official histories kind of thing.
Not in a sense, yes. Nobody speaks of them, and any of them, well, those that have existed, have never been a part of the Crone. Rather, they may have possessed sorcery similar to the Crone, but sorceries they may have received from the Strix, and some may have attempted to weasel their way into the Crone, but they've never.
They've always been a little bit apart.
Yes, it's more like being it's more like an independent. They're more like independent cults. Like the Crone would never risk accepting such things, at least knowingly, into their sect. It's too dangerous.
Got you.
The Owls are rejected by pretty much everything, including the Crone. In fact, the Crone are one of the most well-equipped sects to combat them.
Cool.
But such cults have existed in the past, and they have been really. But the only reason many of them weren't declared Crone is because the Crone didn't exist at the time.
So it's entirely possible that someone who is very, very old could pass from one of these cults and reinvent themselves in the Crone.
Yes.
Well, that's something Duncan will keep in mind. And maybe talk to those he trusts about afterwards at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so we are left with these 3 kindred and their friends. As Morgan shall depart from you 3. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so I was just going to say, does she make an imperious exit after that announcement?
It's more like she joins with the rest of the Crone and discusses matters with other high-ranking kindred among the Crone, like this lovely young lady here wielding the spear.
That seems to give Isabel trauma flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. She seems to have, like, the clothes she's wearing are fairly, like, modern, like they aren't out of place. It's just that the spear is.
Yeah. So, an important thing to note when going up and talking to her is that you don't say, "If you had the chance to change your fate."
Please, I want to see what happens.
She'd impale you if you ever end up a shaft. You don't need a roll to notice. But anyway,
yes, of course. Sorry, I should stop being silly.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Isabel, a snake has wrapped itself around your leg and is slowly crawling up your waist.
Well, hello, friend.
It looks at you with an inquisitive stare.
She's just gonna stare right back.
Now, is it a nope rope or a boop noodle?
Stares at you for a good second. And you just keep looking into it. With the lightning reflexes of a snake, it flails and snaps its fangs right into your neck.
God, Jesus.
As I think that's a perfect place to end the scene.
Okay,
I just really needed to bully Isabel, so I fulfilled my quota.
cool.
I'm so glad.
Can I use my Temple Guardian fighting style to interject myself?
I will say we need to end the scene there because of Saskia. So
No, that's fine.
Sorry.
Well, if I can just like put an arm in so that it bites me, not her, and just because like one of my aspirations is to protect a fellow acolyte.
okay, yeah. In which case you can, and we shall end the scene there. This yeah.